Edwin San Juan podcast take 87. What the fuck? We're back, and we are brought to you by Fiore Cannabis. Yes, Fiore Cannabis, one of the finest strains out there on the market today, voted on High Times Magazine as one of the best, ladies and gentlemen. If you were looking for extracts, edibles, you want the sativas, indicas, Fiore has it. Trust me, we have tested it several times, and it is a wonderful thing. Don't you agree, Mr. Mike Krasner?
I agree. Their flower is so good that's the kind that I'm going to start giving out on Valentine's Day.
This bud's for you. Rose buds and buds for love buds. I don't know. It's too far from Valentine's Day. Did you have a good Christmas? And how was your New Year? Was it okay?
It was good. I had my typical Jewish Christmas. I woke up. I had Chinese food. And I watched Die Hard.
Oh.
Like a real chosen person.
Wow. And did you have some Fiore cannabis?
Well, I mean, that's implied.
It's just a thing now.
That's the only Christmas trees I had, if you know what I mean.
Welcome to the Edwin San Juan podcast. My name is Edwin San Juan, resident headliner at Planet Hollywood Las Vegas Live Comedy Club for the last 7 years, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I don't like to toot my own horn, but it's an amazing task. It's hard to have at least a residency on the Strip for a year, 6 months, let alone going on 7. So I'd knock on some wood. But we don't have any here, so that's probably going to be my last year here at Las Vegas Live Comedy Club. And to my right here, and to the back are good friends of mine, and and I have to read the notes on that because to show how good friends they are of mine. But
I'm here with my good friend.
These guys are here for support because I space out a lot. So when there's moments of silence, they interject. And that seems to be how the flow of the show goes. No interjections?
I was just about to say, oh, you mean like now? So yeah, we got some stuff going on. It's been a pretty eventful weekend. It's been cool. The holidays are over. Just trying to get back to normal as can be.
Right. Just kind of let you guys know, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to segue this into like how we met each other.
That was like a question.
Right? I've been in Vegas 7 years. I'm from California. Krasner's from New York or what?
Yeah,
originally?
New York.
And Sean is from the Bay, right?
From the Bay Area, man.
Right. And then now we're all living in Vegas. We've all connected, and we all have like different backgrounds. I remember the first time I met Mike was through LA Comedy Club, I believe. Is that correct?
It was either through LA Comedy Club or I remember when you first started at
The V Theater.
At the V Theater. I'd never performed over there, and comedian Matt Markman, he was doing spots over there, and he's always been awesome. And we were just talking one night, and he got me like a guest spot over there. I don't know if it was through you or if it was through the LA Comedy Club, but then I did a guest spot, and I haven't left since. So shout out to Matt Markman if you're listening. I appreciate it.
You're kind of like the herpes of the V Theater. Like you just get it once and you just have it forever.
Yeah, but I'm a very severe case.
But I remember it wasn't. I don't think you got the booking through me because I don't think I knew you.
No, I met you.
The first few times that you did my room, I recall that I was always gone.
Yeah,
because I remember one time when we finally did work together.
In the lineup, he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah. It would always be like a day you were out of town, and then so I did that show a couple of times before I even met you. And then, like the first couple of times you were there, you were like such a dick.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't know how we lasted this long.
I remember vividly having a conversation with you in the green room, and you were sitting there, and you were like surprised. You're like, "Wow, you're here." Your like sarcasm was like, oh my God, what's
Holy
wrong with this
shit.
guy? And you're like, normally when I'm here, you like take the night off. Like, I don't ever see you. Like, and I was like, geez, bro. Like,
Wow,
That actually sounds like
your
Prez.
impression of me makes me sound so pretentious.
I know you guys like impressions.
Well, look who decided to show up to his own show.
Yeah, so I think that was the first time I remember. And then I think Aiko and my wife she was doing comedy at the time as well, and they remember seeing you, and then I think Aiko was scared of you.
Why?
I don't
Really?
know, because she was like, "Who is this weird guy? He sitting in the green room, just look at me, crazy." And I was like, Shay had to calm her down, like, no, that's just Krasner. That's just Krasner. It's Krasner. And I don't know.
Whoa. Why does
He make me feel uncomfortable.
Why does Aiko sound like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat?
Oh man.
I don't know, but I remember that. That's the things I remember. It was like, okay.
That's funny because I don't remember that part, but I apologize. Aiko, if you're watching, I totally apologize for any creeping out or whatever may have happened. Maybe it's just a culture difference.
Oh shit.
A culture difference?
I don't know.
What?
Were you creeping out on her?
I don't know. Sitting in a green room and then a cute Asian lady walks in, probably.
Yeah, because you probably were like this, and she walked in and you were like,
Perked up.
No, I don't.
or the music in the background was like, bow, chicka, bow, wow. I just did the brown chicken, brown cow. I can't believe it, bro. I just did fucking. Anyways. Sean Reddy is in the
Yeah.
back right there.
I'm just chilling back here, man.
He's my favorite Indian.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
What are the other choices?
Well, actually, it's really weird because I grew up in Cerritos, and my next door neighbor was named Tom Reddy. So they were Reddys, they're Indians, right? So I
be
grew up
family,
with
bro.
Reddys. And then I remember him when he had a brother coming on the way, and he was like, my mom says I get to name my brother, right? So he's like, what should I name him? And I go, you should name him Jerry. Because you'll be like Tom and Jerry, like, and he was like, his eyes lit up. He's like, oh, that's the best idea. But then, actually, his name is Gautam, and his brother's name is Uttam. But they're Tom and Jerry. But then they live out here in Vegas now, too.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so
Oh, look at you just attracting all the ladies out here, dog.
they're ready. They're ready to go.
Is that a popular Indian last name, Reddy?
Yeah, like in South India, bro. It's like
That's so crazy.
royalty, dog.
It's the South, bro.
Bro.
They're ready in the South.
Yeah.
But
all the
up
kings
north,
out
you can't patel. I'm sorry. Been here 7 years, folks.
7
Fuck
years.
you.
I don't know much about India to even come up with a pun of a city or whatever place they're in, but I don't even know much about Indian food, but I do know that they just opened up in New Delhi. I did it!
Oh, it was a stretch. I was like, where's this going?
I know. Where's he going? But they don't even eat meat.
Oh, shit.
They can have a New Delhi with no meat.
It's up and coming.
Kosher is meat still. It's just
Man,
prepared
It's
different.
plant-based, bro. It's plant-based.
Plant-based deli in New
know?
Delhi.
Yeah,
Well, Sean, where did we meet? We met at the Improv, or?
Well, yeah, before I even started doing comedy, you was performing.
Oh, is that what you
Sounds
call
of
it?
Improv. Yeah, comedy.
No, I'm playing.
Some stand-up. But yeah, my wife and I, we came out, we saw you, Chris Storin, at the Sounds of Improv. And then we actually went out and saw you quite a few times because my in-laws really liked your performance and everything, bro.
Oh, okay.
And then coming out here, I ran into Mike at the LA Comedy Club. Kabir was headlining, and I was going to do a guest spot, and this fool just went up there as a host and killed it. And I was like, oh, shit. Every
Nice.
time Krasner fucking hit that stage, he was like killing it. So it got me nervous because I was only a few years into comedy, you know?
Right.
And then I moved out here, bro. Started working at the club. Reconnected with Krasner. Just keep watching of a beast he is. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking killing it, bro.
Bro, you need to get out more.
Gotta get out. Me?
Yeah. Krasner's the only guy you're watching?
You know?
No, I'm playing. He is a very funny man.
And then through Krasner, bro, he got me connected with you, dog. You let me do a guest spot, and I guess I did well because I'm still around. And yeah, it's a crazy journey, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Mike was like pushing for you, man. He was like, Sean's ready, like, and he's like, he's not that funny, but he's got all the technical equipment, and he can start our podcast. No, but on the real, bro, you came in and I gave you 15, and my room, the V Theater, Las Vegas Live Comedy Club, is not an easy room, dude. I've seen a lot of comics go up there that are good and don't do well because it's a different type of beast. But you went up there, you did your 15, you handled it, bro. It's like, okay. I was kind of worried at first. You're like, oh, man, I'm throwing 15 at this fool, Because usually I'll give someone like 7 or just to see how they do, But I've had some comics that I hold in high regard go up there and not do well because
it's a fun room, bro.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you, man.
But
it can be tough sometimes.
Definitely,
it's not like a comedy club atmosphere. It's more of like a theater bang show because they have one before, one after. Like the LA Comedy Club, people people go there and they hang out. There's like a hangout area. Yours is more like production and
theatrical,
this and that.
like, yeah.
So like,
it's a real performance hall,
And then you get people from all over the world just scattered in one room, so they try to be relatable to every single person.
Dude, that's a trip, man. That's the one thing I like about Vegas. You get people like performing like from Argentina and shit, man.
It is. It's just trail mix. It's just a bag of trail mix in every crowd.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that room's humbling because, like,
yeah,
like a joke that you do that will kill somewhere, you go there and it just gets like mediocre at best. And I've seen comics, it hits them. It's like getting hit by a punch, and then they're like, oh. And then they start trying to, you didn't like that one? Like their insecurities start coming in, like, bro, just move on to the next one, bro.
Your
like,
closer murders on
going.
Monday and then bombs on Tuesday.
Oh, bro. But then I know it because like when I'll go and do the San Jose Improv, or I'll do like, we'll go and do Ontario or whatever, the crowd is younger. They're there for that. And it's just, you could just feel the difference. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's a trip, man. Like when you go on the road and you hit these different cities and see how they react to your material. With Vegas, it kind of gives you that dip of like, man, your material is like universal. And
dude,
shit.
Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're
but
good.
I'll do it all the time. But yeah, they're older, right? The crowd's older. When I go do shows, there are people coming to see me, so they're like my age demographic, and and they're probably more hip to culture, pop culture, and stuff like that. And then you come to these shows, and sometimes there's people sleeping.
Well, the thing with Vegas,
oh my God, that used to bother me so much.
You can't even let that bother you anymore because like Vegas, like your show's at 9:00. Fools are coming in from wherever state or country they're from, and they're drinking all day.
Yeah.
Most likely, they're still adjusting to their time difference. They're walking more than they've walked all year. But by the time they get to 9:00, like you can't even help it sometimes. Like sometimes I'm up like in the back room waiting to go up, and I'm falling asleep before they call my name.
I know I'm falling asleep while you're on stage, and I'm up next. Like I'm worried that I'm not gonna fucking wake up in time to go up. But with all that being said, and it being dark in there and air conditioned and conducive for sleeping, it still bothers me when I see people sleeping during my set. I'm like, this shit is funny. Like, listen to it. Like, but they're out, bro. And I just always want to do like, everybody get up and like switch chairs.
The thing with Vegas too is when you go to like you were saying with the improvs, they go there because they want to go see a comedy show. A lot of people in Vegas come to comedy shows because they got free tickets or they went on a timeshare thing and they ended up getting tickets from that way. So they're not like, hey, let's plan out a show. The show kind of fell into their lap.
Right.
And they're like, oh, well, let's give it a try, have a drink, see what happens. So a lot of Vegas is when you're in a touristy place like that, that's what you get. So when you can make all of those laugh, it's way more like gratifying and satisfying than like anything else.
Fucking lies. It's not way more satisfying. Can you imagine when you go to a place like the Improv in San Jose or places that we mentioned, and you feel that roar of people? That feels so gratifying.
That does feel amazing.
So how does mediocre feel good and
no,
gratifying?
not mediocre. When you go to like a Vegas room and you kill, and you're like, wow, that was one of those nights. Like that is special because you took a whole group of people from all over the world who have nothing in common.
I understand that.
But then you go to like the Ontario Improv where everybody there is from Ontario. They're all same-minded people. I'm not saying that sucks to make a room full of 300 people laugh, but when you can
laugh, but roar.
But when you can overcome and make the harder people roar, that's pretty good.
But you don't make the harder people roar. They're just mediocre at best.
Not every night.
Out of 365 days in the year, I would say 360 are like, we get by, man. I mean, 7 years, right? It's not like everyone's like roaring crowds, but I get by. I'd say I do well, and some of the acts before me don't. And then they're like, oh, that's what makes it look better for me, I think, because like... because like they weren't roaring, but those guys sucked and you saved the night. Like kind of like, all right, okay, it wasn't that bad. But like when you go to these other places and they're just there and the atmosphere and the energy is like that feels good. Like, you know what I mean? It's good to like, okay, look, bro, it's like slaying a dragon at its prime or slaying an old ass dragon ready about to die and shit. But you're like still satisfying. Like, I don't know. It's a bad analogy.
Okay, so obviously they're both really good feelings. I just think when you work in a really tough room and you're so used to it being tough, and then when you finally have like a really awesome show, that's great. When you go to an improv, you're expecting it to be what you're saying. Like, as long as you're funny and you don't mess it up, they're going to roar for you, and it's going to be great. It's going to feel good. God. Vegas is you have to work hard in a Vegas room to get everybody there and
to keep them. Because you can't do long-winded stories almost. You got to hit them, set up, punch, and their attention span, and they might fall asleep. But...
So basically, we just saying fuck these Vegas crowds, man.
No,
I was playing.
Vegas crowds, if you're watching, we apologize. We love you.
No, like Vegas crowds got me this house. Like, we're all following our dreams, and not many of us are doing it. Like, to the fact that I was able to purchase a house through doing stand-up is like a wonderful thing. I'll never take that back ever. But I just wish that it could be the other way around, where 360 days I'm on the road and then 5 days in Vegas, so where I could just have that like more of a rush time all the time, and then the bad nights I could just work on new shit.
Oh man.
I don't want to brag either, but comedy allows me to rent a shitty 1-bedroom apartment. So calm down, Mr. Resident. You're not the only one eating over here.
And you're feeding like 4 dogs.
Oh, shit.
No, but on the real, bro, I hear comics' frustration all the time. How they, I work hard and I'm good, but I'm not getting in. And other people are getting this and that. It's a really tough job, profession to like say, I'm going to raise my family on this, bro. Like you can't do it. You can't raise a family on there's like, you have to have another job. Like, unless you're like, that's what I'm saying. I'm really grateful for the position that I'm in and what I have,
Yeah, it's definitely a job that can stop at any time. Like, just with the pandemic, would we go a year? People were doing Zoom shows. Like, when the pandemic first started, we did a show at somebody's apartment complex in their dog park. Like, it was desperate times. And like 3 people showed up and people were watching from their balconies. And one
it's terrible.
One resident was like, "Can you guys shut the fuck up out there?" And it's like, we just want to do comedy. We're in a dog park. We're already suffering. Just shut your window.
Damn, that's terrible.
So yeah, it could all be taken away at any moment.
Dude, drive-thrus, man, that shit was fun, bro. They just had people honking if they liked your shit.
Well,
that's all it was.
Did you do one?
Yeah, I did one of those in the Bay Area.
With who?
It was with Mean Dave. He put on this show. I guess he was putting it together, but But yeah, man, it was like the last show. It was all in this empty ass parking lot, and people were just honking if they liked your shit, or they flash with the high beams.
Yeah.
Bro, I was just like, I feel like I was like having a seizure and shit.
You got like an applause break. Everyone's
It's
just
like deaf
flashing their
people
lights.
when they're clapped. The deaf people go, ah.
Yeah, it was wild, man. But it was fun though.
Wait,
It was
deaf
cool.
people clap like that?
Yeah, when they laugh and they like something, you do a show, they do this.
But why can't they just still clap? It's the same thing. Like if you're deaf or you can hear, this means the same
That's
thing.
clap. Yeah, I think laughter. Because they don't want to go. They don't want to go. Ah, 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 ah. So they just go to be respectful. They don't. What's wrong? Okay, so I'm proud and glad to say that I've never done a Zoom show, and the only show I did during the pandemic was a drive-in show, like you did, Sean. I'm trying to keep my composure here as these guys are losing it, but I did it with Felipe Esparza, and it was in Texas, and it was pretty awesome too, man. And they tailgated, so they backed into the thing, and they all sat in there. And they have fires going, and it was a pretty awesome experience. Like, it was really cool.
Okay. If any deaf people are listening, we apologize for that.
I don't know if deaf people are listening, bro.
Okay. Oh, I'm back.
So, yeah, it's been a barrel of laughs ever since we've all three connected together. So,
Just hit it with the outro, dog. Hit it with the outro.
all right. So, 7 nights a week, if you want to see me, I'm at Planet Hollywood, Las Vegas Live Comedy Club at the V Theater. You can go to my website, ESJ.com. It's actually on my Instagram. I think it's ESJcomedy.com. I'm not for sure because Fiore Cannabis is really fucking with my head in wonderful ways. And then I got some upcoming shows. They're posted on there as well. You can get tickets to them on that website. That would be the Brea Improv on January 19th, and we're doing a birthday show in San Jose on the 23rd of February. So, yeah, that's it. What's up with you, Chris? Let me skip you first, and we'll go to Sean. Or
I need to get my composure back.
Shit.
I just Jimmy Fallon that whole segment.
God, bro.
Jimmy Fallon, if you're watching. No, yeah, I'm gonna be on those shows with you. That's gonna be fun. We got one tonight at Planet Hollywood. Come out, check us out, see what kind of jokes we can come do to Fiore's Cannabis, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you, guys.
yeah, that was smooth, bro. You sure you're not black? He was like, "Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out and watching us tonight."
I quit.
And I just want to let you know. Come back, man. What the fuck?
All right. All right. Plug the.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
roll it, man.
What the fuck? As my ice machine takes a dump. All right. What the fuck? This show is brought to you by Fiore Cannabis. Very, very good bud. Fiore is flower in Italian, and it fucks us up pretty good. So we stumble through a lot of stuff, like life. But when you have Fiore on your side, life's better. Butter. Should I just do this whole thing over?